yet, but I just thought I'd tell you. Hopefully all's good. Oh, yeah, that was an echo of myself.
Alright. Welcome back for some SLR action around Mexico. This will be the second to last race of the season, and we're joined with myself, Original 96, and my fellow commentator, Maxwell.
I'm so proud of you, James, there, for remembering already. It's the penultimate race of the season. I was going to say, I remember we're not in Brazil next week. But this is all the makings of being a good one, and this could lead to a very interesting qualifying as well. These drivers like to push it, these cars like to move around. There's a big chance of corner cuts here and invalidated laps, so we may see possibly the usual suspects up at the front, or we may see some surprise packages. And I can just say as well, just because I've noticed he's in the race, good luck, Jester. You were a good teammate on Saturday, so yes, I wish you all the best, and I hope it looks good.
Oh, he's just started going from first to 11th.
Oh, Jester, what about 38?
Didn't go that well.
But I think, right, Rachel was retired already from the session. Let's have a look. Nicky as well. I'm intrigued about what the two compounds will be. So obviously the super softs are going to be the quali tyre. Could we maybe be looking at softs even? Maybe would likely be mediums, because I'm trying to think, is Mexico not one of those tracks that's not the most damaging in terms of tyre wear? It's been
it's the same as F1 really. It's the tyre wear around here is always a challenge.
So I'm sure this is one of the places that does previously utilise the hypers. I suppose we'll get a better idea in a few moments when the guys line up for the race. But I think it's going to be the champ.
Handjum's disqualified.
It's not the champ on pro. It's champ on pro.
Huh?
And if anybody ever watches Rick and Morty, the tale of two brothers there. Two brothers, as one is on pole and one has been disqualified, likely for corner cuts. So that's my little. Oh my word! Look at that! Between the top three and then wow.
And good 8 temps though. 7 temps gap.
Goes to Jim Harmside rather than Darnell for astonishing laps on the 124s. Saying that though, the rest of the field does seem quite close together. There's a small little gap from Little Wiggy down to Callum, and then the likes of Bill, and you get Russell in there as well, Cosmic Cameron in a further second in drift. But that's the thing, these F2 cars are not easiest to drive, especially if you're in as a kind of fill-in role, or if you're in as a reserve role. They can take a bit of time to get used to, which is why myself and Original are here and not in the race.
Yeah, just a quick mention that we didn't mention last week. Carling have won the Constructors. It's now physically impossible for Universitoso to catch the Carling team.
So a good one there for the former team of Lando Norris and the Carlin team right now. I've got to try and remember, because Carlin are Yuki Tsunoda and Sharon Daruva. There we go. Somebody's been watching F2 this year. And of course, Univirtuosi this year with Guangzhou and Callum Islet. But of course, a lot of things to change if you are into the F2 or the lower category. Of Oscar Piastri. I don't know if you've seen much of him yourself, James, but he actually, to me, came, see, during the lockdown streams, and I went, this guy's quite naturally quick on the sim, and I kind of started following him in F3, and I'm like, yeah, he is actually really, really good. Good fight between him and Logan Sargent down in front of the three.
Yeah, well, I kind of missed some of the action at Bahrain because I kind of fell asleep. And got partway through, I think I watched all the feature race and then fell asleep didn't wake up in time for the sprint race. But yeah, some of the drivers do look good, but again it's a compact grid of talented drivers and all equal cars. But as you say, he is quite a decent driver. Yuki Tsunoda is probably a decent driver, but I don't see him yet making the step up to F1 yet.
I don't think he's going to get the super license points. I think he's a wee bit far too behind. I wouldn't be surprised. Fury, I don't know anything here, of course, because I'm just a random guy in Scotland. I could see Albon going to AlphaTauri and Checo in at Red Bull, just for a year or two, see how Albon and Pierre get on, and then eventually maybe look at Yuki Tsunoda, see how Derula does another year in Formula 2. Because the reality is, Callum Ilott wasn't great last year, Mick Schumacher wasn't great last year. Both of them have been really, really good this year. So sometimes they take that second year to get better. Not everyone can do a George Russell or a Charles Leclerc, a back-to-back.
That's always a tough one. I'd say Callum Ilott's been a decent driver on poles. There's been a little bit of inconsistency this season. It's either been down to mistakes or others has been taking them out. But when you say talented driver like Mick Schumacher in his second season, he's just pipped into the top spot.
Let's say Oscar Piastri, that's your man to watch. But anyway, we are getting ready for lights out, James. We have most of the field on the super softs. We have Sem in 9th on the softs, alongside Hamjam in 17th, Nicky in 19th, and Race Roller in P20. Oh my god, the starting camera is not ideal. I'm getting a lot of static for James.
Better.
Oh my god, a couple of guys with a rusty start there. A few people out wide, but they are ready for slipstream heaven.
God, waiting turn one action.
Oh no, there's so many cars, it's going to be brave.
4 wide battler, mid-pack.
That's the good thing about the formation lap and doing the one-shot quali. You've got a rough idea where your braking point's going to be, so you're not as aggressive as you could be here. Although a great start from Cosmic Cameron, it seems, up to P8 from P15. Nicky up to P14. Nice of Dylan and Panther have went down the bottom, but we've got the top two here.
3 wide in early. Darnell looking to squeeze in, just backs out.
Get a yellow flag, and that is Callum that's spinning. But this is where the penalties could start to mount up. It's tricky trying to keep this on the track.
Yes, Sumner's running wide there. A little bit late, wide on the next up the corner, but stays on no damage.
And whilst that's a quick lap, it is 20 laps around here, so it does represent a fairly decent length of the Grand Prix. Jamham Zydrad going close. And Jamham makes the move, does he? He makes it stick. But they'll try to make a bit of pressure. But we'll slot in behind, and then Southerner in behind them. So, lively start, James.
Oh god, yeah. These two, Zydrad and Jamham, no, Jamham. Oh, it's just cheated order. These two have been battling out since Jamham rejoined partway through the season. Same with Hamjam as well. Them three have been the dominant battle for the season. But good to see some good action from no mistakes from these two.
But you notice there, and this is before DRS has been enabled, just how powerful that slipstream is. You know, Zydrad was able to just get right alongside Jamham. And then we've already got Russell and VR46 and Sem picking up penalties. So as I said pre-race to you, James, off stream, penalties are going to be a massive factor here all weekend, just one of those circuits.
Jam's pipped in for the first spot and Darnell's made the overtake over Zydrad in the second position. Southerners is now looking to punch his way through Zydrad. Zydrad is struggling to keep that hold of that lead.
I feel as well in that middle sector, James, that you can't put a lot of trust in opposition drivers as well, because you're following their line and you're hoping that they don't they don't take a wobble, because one wobble and before you know it, you're gone, he's gone, and then it's your race is over, or you've got a bit of damage. Yeah,
it's about trust. It's about who you know who's the better driver. It's about knowing when to make the move, knowing when to hold off.
And just a shout, we've got Scallo, we've got check this out. I've got Jay Geddes in the chat, how he's doing. Is it alright? There we go, there's SLR Russell. Corner cutting to gain one place and gets the 5-second penalty for that. The power of that DRS is that's the thing as well, you could actually in effect see a DRS train.
Zyder didn't open his DRS. I don't think he knew he had it, but he did have it activated, he did press it. And again, he's not pressed it again.
It might be a ploy from him. I know this is going to sound weird, but maybe he's just happy sitting in there.
Probably.
Maybe conserving fuel. And yeah, just that can be the only reason. Because if you think about it, if he puts the DRS, he's going to be right up behind Darnell, and that could maybe give him some dirty air. It could maybe make the car out of shape and maybe cost some penalties within that middle sector. So there's probably that to think of. It's actually quite smart from him, and because naturally, as you say, you go straight on to get the DRS, but I think he's enabling it now. I don't actually know where Baggy is. I don't check pre-race to see where everybody is, so I don't know if you know James at all.
I have no idea where he is. You have to ask the admins about that.
Just pop up, and this is the field that we have. You get Smoke saying what a race so far. It's Formula 2 for you. And it's not just in the video game, trust me. Some of the races IRL are pretty damn superb as well.
A couple of actions in the midfield. We had Nicky making the overtake, and I believe it was Crafty making the overtake for 15th. Or Dylan on Crafty.
I'm jinxed them, that's what you're telling me, James. Thanks.
Yeah, there we go. Dylan and Crafty moving. At the moment, the major battle here for first place with Jamham and Darnell was the battle for the lead as we enter the second sector.
That's the thing, not even a second between all three of them. I think Zydrad's just sitting there and going, there's no point in forcing it, there's no point in maybe risking damage, just kind of play the patient game and go from there. Kudos as well, by the way, Hamjam up 11, Race Roller up 10 and Nicky up 8, so some big moves being made there. See if I'll check on my side if we get any decent battles further afield. Actually quite a lot of close battles. Just keeping an eye on the one between Owen Hill, Bennett and Little Wiggy. They're separated by pretty much half a second between all three. But again, that DRS train is in effect. You can see there just a move. You want to make the move, but you're kind of putting that faith in everybody else, and then when you get to that stadium section, I think you rarely see a move made in that, apart from, I think there was one in the race last year, but if I had to name it off the top of my head, I'd be some sort of genius. Although, that seems like a really good exit by Little Wiggy. I think we might see him making a move here.
Ooh, a little bit of contact there. A little squeeze.
And both of them might be swallowing up one here. And yep, one will drop down. Little Wiggy sweeps around the outside. He'll take P7 and he'll retain some DRS as well. That train's going to get bigger. There's Race Roller comes into the party. We have a lot of very congested battles, that's for sure, which is quite refreshing.
As the other train behind, as Merckx now joins the party.
And that's the thing behind Merckx. You have the Prema of SLR Nicky. And you get the likes of Cosmic Cameron and Jester all behind. It's roughly about a second between each person, so they're pretty much just trying to claw at each other's DRS and just drag themselves around. I think what could make or break this one certainly would be a safety car, and certainly any sort of undercut or overcut, whatever they can make the tyres last to. So I'll quickly have a wee glance at the tyre length.
Owen's struggling. He's now falling down the order. He let his teammate race roll because he knew he was slightly quicker. Well, now Merckx made the overtake for P10 at the last point. Now he's dropped down.
That's one as well. Different strategies, so you don't want to hold up. Well, I suppose you could be a little bit surprised because Race Roller is going to be going and going and going on those softs, and Owen is on the super softs.
Yeah.
I'll be intrigued to see how long the tyre lifespan is on the super softs.
Super softs don't last that long again. I think we're already at that point Probably a few more laps, probably see them dropping into the pits. Just showing the softs are coming into their own now.
That's the thing as well, you want to try and feed yourself into a gap here rather than be kind of stuck and end up costing yourself a bit of time.
Nicky up to P11 as he takes Owen in that position. Go Nicky. Darnell picking up a 3-second penalty that will affect him at the end of the race. That'll drop him. If it stays like this, it'll drop him to probably the 4th.
One there as well for a win. Going to keep him on board at more. I'll keep if the leader is going to jump in. If Jamham or any of the guys just behind are going to drop in on those super softs. And the answer is yes. Jamham is in. Darnell follows very closely, and Zydrad as well.
I'll stay aboard him.
And yep, I think everyone's just conceded apart from Southerner. Although I don't think he really had a choice, or he was going to be stuck behind the Juno Virtuosi teammate. So in his case, it was
he stayed
double
out
stack.
well. Yeah, double stack.
So it'll be interesting to see where Southerner comes out in relation to UK Beast Assassin, if that costs him, or if it could potentially be a good decision. Although the man that's going to benefit right now is Hamjam, because he is in clear air and he can just go and go and go in those softs, and probably as well Race Roller, because he is that 5-second gap behind these. But again, it allows him just to keep going, although he does have a little wiggy.
Just to so I've got battle here for third between the soft and the super soft tyre. Race Roller low wiggy. Low wiggy's going to be struggling for grip as he tries to drag his car around, but at the moment he's giving it a good fight.
Because he's got to be thinking there, is this going to cost me behind him on a lap where I really need to try and, effectively he's in lap, just try to get as much time as he can. But just make sure you pick the right bits in the car, but you don't end up in any sort of position where you get a time penalty and putting yourself in a good place. Because you certainly can't win the race just now, but you can certainly lose it with some bad decisions.
Dylan Uncrafty for P7.
Good move there by the Prema.
Easy overtake on the DRS section. Panther now is joined the party for the overtake for P8.
But Summer and Little Wiggy both in the pits now, so we'll see where they come out in relation. So the ones that started on the soft tyre will now make their way to the front of the field. I'll keep an eye on Hamjam and see where he is in relation.
All the soft ones have jumped, super softs have jumped to the pits.
What I want to check is probably UK Beast Assassin in comparison with his teammate.
I'm going to make it a quick dive into turn 1. No, he just backs out as he tries to battle for Jamham for 4th.
That's not too bad then, so Sumner does pretty much remain where he was. In that time we've actually lost 2 runners, SLR Russell and VR46, both retired from the session, as we had Southerner make a move on Sem, just further down from where you are. Now, despite all that antics in the pit lane, we still have Jamham, Darnell and Zydrad right next to each other.
Yeah.
And they're actually on a wee bit of the track themselves, because they're 11 seconds.
VR's session, do you want to try and get back him?
He's already DNF, bud.
There's the second race.
Go on. Certainly will. Bye bye.
Missed F2,
this is what happens when
F2 knowledge.
This is what happens when you commentate and you don't actually partake in it. We don't actually seem to have him on here. There he is.
If I can check.
Yep, that's invited.
Is Darnell going to get enough action to make that? Again, he's just not that close enough to the overtake into turn 1. There's all the DRS in the world, but you cannot move over Jamham.
Well, the side roads dropped off a wee bit there. Would you say though that Mexico is one of those tracks that is really difficult to try and make the pass on?
Oh, he's gone into the wall. He's out. He just made a little contact there with Jamham. as he made the to turn 5, I think it was.
That was a big case. 281 doesn't go.
Yeah, it's just a bit unlucky there. Beast Assassin is spun there.
Oh, you feel so sorry for Darnell in that situation because it obviously puts him at the back of the field for the sprint race as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get an on board.
I think Gemman tried to leave in space. I think Darnell went a little bit wide. But again, these F2 cars are really struggling to keep. They turn like a bus, really. But again, probably just one for the stewards room. Oh, Sidred with a drive-through. That's technically his race done.
So I was double checking that it was a VSC, utilising that thing Lewis Hamilton did, which was the wee bolts.
Yeah.
So I had to go on a driver's on board. But this is interesting, like.
And a 5 second as well. Oh, it's just killed his race off.
I'm going to say something very controversial here, James. I don't think it has.
Yeah,
you know what he's going to do? He's going to put on some super softs. Fair enough, and just go for it. And he's fast enough. So he's maybe not going to win it, but I think he'll put himself back into contention and maybe try and get that reverse pole.
Yeah, might have a chance. Another safety car would help him a lot.
So if he gets a fresh pair,
yeah, it would. It definitely would help. He picked for softs. Oh, doubtful.
So just another fresh pair of softs then. And the problem is as well, could he be utilising that pair of softs that he'd be utilising in
but compared to
the sprint race?
There's only a lap fresh tyres compared to the rest.
Well, that is a train there. I think that was Merckx, Cosmic Cameron and Dylan and Panther, all separated by pretty much just over a second. Chick says, how's the Darnell lose a wheel? Game physics, I guess. So tragic, but man, as I say, just the fact that 21 and then it just veers off into the wall, it's a shame.
Just a bit lucky. I don't blame Gemma for that. It's just the way it happens, especially around this track. Spin you round into the wall, physics.
It's only ones as well, but in that middle sector as well, like it's so easy to just catch it on the curb and before you know it you're in the wall, you're retired. I've seen it happen many a time. I've gained many a place thanks to it, so I know all about it.
Panther, get ready to make the overtake here for P12 on the long straight. So goes side by side with SLR Dylan. He makes the move.
And that might actually be the closest battle on the field, which is quite crazy to think when we had 3 guys very close to each other for a large portion of this race.
The closest battle is for the 1 point positions.
Defend for your life, Merckx, if you can. So it's quite split. Ham Jam, as I say, is at an 11, pretty much a 12-second lead, although him, Race Roller and Nicky still have
Panther's gone. Oh, his back end went. Saved it. God, you were saying.
Just going to say, like, as well, I'm intrigued to know where Ham Jam will come out because there's quite a few gaps. About 26 seconds between him and Jam Ham, so it will be behind him, but he's going to be on faster tyres, so that could lead to 2 brothers having a very good battle at the end. We use that now every time. Good old Rick and Morty reference.
Yeah. The only issue is the pit lane is quite long on this. It's like it's similar to Russia, but it's.
You can see Nicky going down the places, but here he could be up for a good finish, by the way. He's going to win the faster tyres.
Yeah.
Well, he's not had too much luck on elite, but he's got a chance here.
Well, there's a massive gap between 7th and 8th. So Ham Jam won't fall that far back.
Going to follow this wee battle. I don't know what you've got. I'm going to keep an eye on for you. Little Wiggy and Bennett separated by half a second.
I'm on the train for P10.
I've just saw that train.
Sam's just given up. I just jumped on the board a little wiggy for it. Interesting
to see if anyone fancies a move. We've got Ham Jam in the pits. So we'll keep an eye on that in their mini-map to see where he comes out in correlation to his brother.
Ooh. Oh, he makes a slim dive there, but he just loses position back to his original position. So Dylan taking 13th again.
So Race Roller has stayed out. Jam Ham is now across the start-finish straight. And now the time is for Ham Jam to put the foot down and try and chase. So a 7-second gap, that probably got up to about 8.5 seconds just with the lack of obviously the speed going along that home straight when you've come out the pits. Nearly 8 seconds, 7.8.
So this is only 2 battles on track now.
Oh, how it changed very quickly.
Well, Panther did have under a second lead. He's gone now from a second to 3.7 because of Cosmic lost in place.
I feel like in that battle for 6th place as well, if you're Bennett, you're not really making any inroads in Southerner, but if you can keep Wiggy behind, then just manage the penalty. He'll obviously know exactly what Wiggy's got, and if he can just manage it, he's in a good position.
Well, top 6 don't have any penalties, so Dylan's in a good position because he doesn't have a penalty either, whereas the guys above him do.
I feel like it's in a position now where the game gives us too much information, I should say.
Yeah.
Race Roller's in the pits, so we'll see if his extra lap on the softs will come back and help him or hurt him. As Jam Ham takes the lead of the race, followed by Ham Jam to follow just behind.
Dropping to third now.
Must feel like an age when you're on a pit stop. And F2 as Beast Assassin goes through.
Jam Ham picks up a 3 second. Yeah, Ham Jam speak the 3 second penalty as Little Wiggy makes the overtake for P5 as he onto the DRS straight.
He's absolutely sent it. But that's going to make this last 6 laps incredible. You get a 3-second penalty for Jam Ham. Ham Jam's 6 seconds down the road, softer tyres. All he has to do is try and make up a 3-second margin, and he could potentially take this race win.
Our season done.
Well, in saying that, Race Roller's come under a little bit of pressure here for Nicky. Interested if Nicky can make a move. Both guys are on the super soft compound of tyre.
Just don't do the commentator's curse on Nicky because I did this in Elite last week.
Just you stay quiet, James, don't do it to him. You're not allowed to do commentators' curses, I'm not allowed to do predictions. Sorry for that, Race Craig. As Ham Jam puts in the fastest lap, a 1:25.8, and he's already taken a second out of his brother.
It's the first one in the 25s.
I'm intrigued to see Nicky if he can make DRS work. The problem is both guys are in the same tyres. Race Rollers are obviously a wee bit fresher.
You can close the gap in game on the next DRS. You might be able to make it.
He's just had to stay behind there.
So again, we're seeing incidents with Darnell and Jam Ham. Didn't go too well when he had the attempts at the overtake.
I will say I thought there'd be a lot more moves into turn 1 than there's been. You know, I see turn 1 as a massive overtaking spot. Turn 3 as well when you get the DRS, and obviously the middle sector you're kind of parked behind.
I think people just, when we get to turn 1, they think they have enough speed to make the overtake, but people are just being a lot smarter now because people take a massive risk when they go for like dive bombs onto turn 1, but they just back out, which is a smarter move really.
Penalty there for a little wig, just a wee too much on the curb there, and that's allowed the stewards to penalise him as Cosmic Cameron follows him. Michael Massey and crew are straight in with these pens as we get a 1:25.8 and the gap is down to 4 seconds. I think it's going to end up going to Ham Jam. I think the Campos car could be looking at a victory here. I'm going going to jump on board with Bennett and see what happens here. I think he's just going to be too far behind Wiggy. That's the thing, he gets right in his gearbox, but it's far too late to even make any sort of move in the Carlin drive up, so the Trident must remain behind.
I'm saying we've got Div 2 champion Bennett as we attack Wiggy, one of the Division 1 drivers.
That's what I like about Formula 2 as well on here, it's a mixture of all the tiers from the regular SLR F1 league, so it's quite cool seeing them all come together, and mostly for the part, because obviously the first couple are a league of their own, but it would have been quite reasonably matched.
Ah, Nicky!
Who wanted on board with you, Nicky, to give you a curse? Come on!
I turned away and he swooped up for a second there. He just wants the action.
I think honestly Bennett's just going to sit in the DRS a little wiggy. He knows he's going to get him on penalties, so he may as well just sit there. It's up to him to manage it. He probably has an idea how much Sumner's got, which is none, so he feels like, yeah, my race is here, although one to keep an eye on is the man you've moved to, Race Roller. That could be a guy to keep an eye on. He is penalty free, and he is on the softer compounded tyre, so that's going to really come into play.
Don't worry, I'm going to have a train here for P11. Panther's really struggling on those tyres, as Owen and Crafty have joined the party. Owen and Dylan's good. As he makes a move into turn 1, side by side with Panther on the inside. Oh no, he makes a dive as well, there's contact! Oh, he's spun! Oh, no.
Oh, I've just seen that. Oh.
He took a bold risk and it didn't pay off.
He sent it and he got sent.
Yeah.
And just to confirm up the front, by the way, Ham Jam is now in the window to win the race. However, with 3 laps to go, there's every possibility he could win it on track. Because he's going to take some slipstream here off at SLR Callum, and that could see him within 2 seconds as they exit turn 1, so I'll keep an eye on that.
He's starting to pull away now as Bennett's struggling to hold Race Roller off with them both getting DRS.
I also just want to correct myself on a previous mistake I made. Is when Zydrad pitted, he didn't change tyres, that was him serving the drive-through because we went under a safety car, it was a VSC, so as soon as that was concluded he was able to do that, so just to get back on my error and not be all David Croft on everyone.
I already knew what you meant, don't worry.
It just took me a long time to realise when he was still on the same tyres at 10 laps.
Yeah, I didn't realise he wasn't going to go out again after the same drive-through. It was either that or he'd been at the back anyway.
So I think he's just kind of looked at it and went, 9th place is good, he might catch Nicky possibly in penalties. I don't know how many Nicky's got, I don't want to check it and spoil it for everybody, we'll keep the suspense, but he could end up seeing himself on reverse pole, so that'll be interesting. If not, you'll have a nice battle against the likes of the two brothers for the sprint race. We could have Wiggy making a move, sorry, Race Roller making a move on Wiggy.
Little Wiggy's on 6 seconds now, I'll drop it way back.
And Race Roller,
Nicky has 6 seconds as well, that doesn't really help.
Race Roller takes P5, so those super softs are coming into fruition, and for the guys on the reverse strategy, it's certainly paid off with freedom in the top 8.
But the big question is, will Hamjam catch him before the finish or after? He's 1.2 with basically 2 laps left.
I mean, I think that all comes down to the mindset of him. Does he want to rub insult to injury and say, I'm going to beat you anyway, I beat you on track, or do I just sit behind you and just coast and take the win? That'll be one you might need to ask him after the race. What was your mindset? Do you go for it? Do you want the bragging rights? Or are you just happy to coast it and make sure that he's start 7th and 8th in the the sprint race.
I'm saying that Nicky's in a good enough position, but again, Zyder's in P9 and Nicky. He has 5 seconds of that race, and Nicky has 6, so there'll be some change swaps, but Merckx as well, he's on a 3 seconds. That 8th place would be really hard to give it to anyone at the moment.
Oh, a wee kicky oversteer there for Hamjam. He is in the DRS of his brother as they go to start the final lap. This could be interesting. The gap is coming down and down because of that slipstream, because of the DRS. He's not going to make a move here, he's going to be close, but nowhere near close enough, and he's going to be hoping to either position himself in a good place to make the move, or he's just going to sit and there and quickly get the race rolling back. No problem.
I'll drop him further down the middle then. Has he just got to P5 as well?
This is where I wish they called them in a race roller, so they'd be right at the top.
Race roller. It's just dropped him down. Well, he's battling for P5 at the moment. Little Wiggy makes the overtake. Dropping down to P7 and P8.
Has that been reset? Just to confirm as well, VR46 has not returned since that invite.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Just to clarify that, if everyone's wondering if we have 19 runners in the next race. But it seems James. Oh,
Jam's gone wide, it's good, that's the last corner.
Are you going to try and go side by side for the finish, since they know it's obviously going to be one?
No, he didn't get him in time, but he got him in penalties.
So Hamjam takes the win, Jam Ham in second, and of course Hamjam. What was that, P18 on the grid? Which is quite frankly incredible. Fair play. UK Beast Assassin takes third for the Uni Virtuosi car, and I think it might be a Uni Virtuosi double Giotto car, yep.
Nicky does a spin on across the line, I caught that, drops him down to P8. Nicky will start on pole.
It was planned all along. Race Roller 6, Little Wiggy 7, Nicky 8, Zydrad 9, Merckx 10 at the moment. I think we said Merckx didn't have too much of a penalty. So I think we should be looking at Dylan in P11. Callum's already finished in 16th. I'll wait to see how Panfar is. He gets another penalty there, that might drop him a few places as Crafty takes 12.
Oh, his Panfar's dropping way down.
Owen takes 13th, I think. Cosmic Cameron had a good few penalties as well, so I think this might be a comfortable P15 for Cosmic Cameron, coasting along in the BWT Alden car, although in an F2 car, can you really coast along?
16 finishes.
Try and give Race Roller another invite to make sure he gets in, because
that pretty much sums up the race, the driver of the day for the feature.
We don't even need to ask him.
Nope.
Just confirming, invite has been given to Race Roller. And I'll give another one to VR to see if he does join. If I can find him.
If not, it was a Race Roller.
Race Roller I haven't re-invited, he's been done. So if I can find VR again, I'll re-invite him. And there's a second invite. So both guys have had a re-invite. Just to confirm.
That's fine.
Kudos as well to the 5 guys at the front there that never got a penalty. A track that is notoriously brutal for penalties. So, fantastic stuff, guys. Well done. We get Race Roller back in. Good man.
Yeah, it's usually just 1 or 2 I don't get penalties, but it seems to be a consistent amount now. Especially for the elite boys, anyway.
I used to be quite bad for penalties back in the day until a farmer from Cornwall told me slow and steady, keep it on track, you'll do alright, and since then I've certainly managed that.
Yeah, I remember division, I think Div 3 race around Mexico. I think I got promoted from 8th to 3rd with no penalties.
Crazy. Hopefully, I hope you get some more luck this week in your Division 2 race.
Well, I'm hoping so. My luck's just carry on going.
I'll be enjoying a full weekend on the sidelines because I was too late to sign up because I was too exhausted from the race and didn't realise the sign up thread went up, so that's on me, but
It
more
goes,
than that.
goes up after the race.
I know, I was so tired from the race though, I was like, oh crap, I forgot to sign up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, don't think they joined back.
We got Rachel definitely rejoined, VR I don't believe did. I'll keep an eye on the race to see if it does say AI car or not, but
Yeah, he's still listed.
but Rachel definitely did, I did clock his name popping up on the old has joined.
As Nicky's going to get some airtime here as he battles for the lead.
It's going to be really, really interesting to see that battle, 7th, 8th and 9th. Jam, Zydrad all trying to make their way through the field.
Very close battle in here.
Just give myself a nice refresh while we wait. If anyone cares, Europa League scores: Arsenal are 2-0 up, Arsenal just went 3-0 up, literally as I say that. Don't know about Rapid Vienna, 3-0 up just getting to half time.
What do you expect?
Austrian League's not that bad, man. Some people here have managed an Austrian football manager, it's not
But
that bad.
Arsenal did lose to Dundalk, so I can't talk.
Who are 2-0 down to Mola. Rangers are 2-1 down to Standard Liège at Ibrox. Is there any other British teams in action just now? I think they'll play earlier on. Or UK and Ireland, I should say, including Dundalk. Yeah.
Trust me, after the match I saw yesterday, after losing to PSG, it was awful.
See, I wanted to watch the game, but honestly, see the Champions League nights. The Champions League nights, just watch the goal show. You can watch every game and have better pundits and don't have to deal with Steve McManaman. So, absolutely, if you ever watch Champions League nights, just watch the goal show. What a show.
Yeah. I'm loving the grid start. It starts me on the other side of the grid. I'm up by the DRS point.
It seems to be the camera on Little Wiggy. I put it to Nicky, I'm on the front row of the grid.
Now I'm on the lights. It's like I was about 200 metres away from the start.
Let's see how good a start Nicky gets. I'm riding on board with Racehroller, who's had a good start. He's taking Wiggy. And he's going to take Nicky here, he's in his slipstream. So I feel sorry for Nicky. The one reverse pole he does get is one where everybody's going to be slipstreaming. Really good start. Really good start there from Racehroller. Wiggy gets forced a little bit wide as he continues his battle with Bennett that we had previously.
Nicky gets him. Racehroller backed off. I don't know if it was kind gesture or there was a bit of contact into turn one.
It's all a ploy to give Nicky the win, James. That's what it is.
That's the idea. I just want Nicky to win.
Give everyone information.
Raised. I don't know if he's slowing down or you see he's just letting him win.
I think it's one of the ones again, the whole trust idea getting through this section. You don't want to take any damage with somebody that's went a wee bit wide and then come back on the track. Good start for the likes of Jam and Zydrad all up 1. The big follower was UK Beast Assassin, he's dropped to P11. I think Merck's dropped a couple of positions and Owen Howell as well. But a lot of battles, basically a lot of battles from the first event have resurfaced here.
Yeah, Beast up to 10th now, overtaking Crafty for the points. At the moment, top 8 get points. The grid's just sorting itself out.
Good old Codemasters. 1 week we'll have a perfectly flawless ladder of ranking system or leaderboard. We'll go leaderboard, that sounds a bit more realistic. I mean, it's literally got P14 battling me first, which clearly isn't the case. I've got a yellow flag. Try and find where that is.
Turn 1.
It's a safety car, a full-blown safety car.
And the good news is, Nicky started lap 3 and he will end 3 laps later in P1.
And it's really congested there. I think you're going to see a few people with 5-second penalties climb under the safety car just purely because of how congested it is. It's definitely a safety car assault, isn't it?
There is a rule if you do get a 5-second penalty to turn into, I believe it's a 20-second penalty. Going back from Canada rules.
And there's another one. Callum's picked up 2 of them, and of course it's not exactly a race where he can pit. Fair enough, some of them may pit, but as I say, that'll be something the Shoots team and the results team will amend to your time, and if it's submitted, then unfortunately, as I say, that is the rules. I feel it can be a wee bit harsh though. As I say, I had a situation where I got hot in Belgium, and it wasn't entirely the driver's fault. It was just a case of the safety car came out in that long straight in Belgium, which we all know about, and I had no time to brake, so I had no issues with the driver. I just was peed off. I had 5 seconds. That is what it is. The rule makers do a fine job in this place, so full credit to them.
Russell's gone again.
Cameron's gone. Will Russell finish a race?
No,
not this week.
He retired himself.
Just feel it must be one of the most unluckiest drivers there's been. He's retired from every.
They've all gone. Callum's gone. Cosmic's gone. They've all given up.
And appearing leading the session, but of course their race is done, so fair enough. Owen Hill in the pits as well there, and of course remembering VR I believe isn't in the session. Is that going to say AI car? Yeah, get the X next to him. Yeah.
So they'll just get demoted to the back. They'll promote Darnell and Donut.
So assume the safety car's as early as it is, because I feel like if it was maybe like lap 6, lap 7, you could take that gamble onto the super softs, but I feel like
Owens took that gamble.
I think it's too early, 11 laps in the super softs.
That'd be a very stretch. Those tires would be burnt at the end.
Lucy gets to see the scenery on his own. He doesn't have to worry about the congestion in front as everyone's bunched up together. He's got the fans as he goes round the middle sector now, cheering them on.
Nicky's lap of honour.
What I'm really intrigued to see, James, is Nicky's restart. Does he back everybody up and up and up, or does he just go see it and try to get as good a start as possible? Because this is one of those restarts, because there is such the lengthy home straight, start finish straight, it really does open up to a lot of potential overtaking manoeuvres.
Yeah, it just depends, because that stadium section, that's probably the best place to back people up when you get on the exit, because it's the flow on the exit as you go around the corner. It's just a full on straight. Again, the DRS will activate for another 3 more laps, so he's got his chances, but he's trying to avoid the slipstream of Race Roller. But I think he'll be working with Nicky to keep hold of the lead. But it's down to what Little Wiggy and Bennett can do. Now Ham Jam and Jam Ham still sitting in 6th or 7th with Dado in 8th. They've made a couple changes, but not much big movements from them.
And that's the thing there. I've wanted to have gained a few places by now, but because of the safety car, it's just going to delay and delay that progress. And the thing is as well, James, these guys would have been looking to get those tyres into a window, and all that good work's probably undone, so they'll have to try and get them back into a window again, and you could be looking maybe about lap 7 or 8 before that is even an option. And Owen's pitted again. I think he just maybe the old tyres on there and just wants to get onto fresh ones, so he is the only one further afield, and of course the safety car's still not coming in, so he's going to have that opportunity to catch up.
He's got to lap 6. If he doesn't catch up, he won't have enough time to catch up at all.
I think he's running the same tyres again, because those softs are 3 laps old according to the game. So it'll be intriguing to see. I think it was just a case of damage, and from there he's basically changed tyres, maybe not quite went to what he wanted, and yeah, he's kind of enforced into a corner. And Rangers will make it 2-2. That's my full thoughts, I'm happy.
Yeah, are you making moves on Panther?
Trying to see, so the field, the back of the field are at the end of sector 1. Owen's just past the start finish line, so I'd like to imagine, depending unless he's got a delta to follow, which I don't think he has at the moment, he should catch him in this lap. 33 seconds though is still a heck of a long time. But he is going through a faster part of the track in comparison to the tight and twisty section that the rest do follow. He'll be really trying to get the floor down here just to put himself right behind Darnell for when Nicky has the field to his mercy. And there you go, safety car is in this lap.
I don't think he'll catch in time. He's just entered the S sections now.
It might not be the worst though, because his tyres will be at least up to temperature. You said the few laps round.
Yeah, well, yeah. Actually, no, he might catch him because they're only in the stadium now. Yeah, he'll catch him.
I'll let you know when Nicky goes. I'm on board with Race Roller is on board just to see when Nicky goes.
Nicky's backing everyone up.
It's a bold strategy, Colin. Will it pay off? And Nicky is away. He left it to as much the last minute as he could.
The train in single file.
Tell you, somebody got a good launch there. They are making moves. I think Race Roller and Little Wiggy. Nicky's getting swallowed. It's going to be free wide into that corner.
Then it backs up. Little Wiggy backs up early contact.
I'm on them both here with Bennett behind them. Oh, Little Wiggy forces Nicky wide.
Come on, Nicky.
Nicky goes defensive here. Or does he try and look for a move on Wiggy? Bennett looks for a send it.
Oh, contact.
The grass. So.
It's just as no, it's my position.
Incredible driving trips. And I've got a yellow flag in sector 2.
Someone's come off. It's a lot of changes. Hamjam's gone to 11th. He's spun somewhere.
Considering how close the field were, that's not a bad recovery to be 11th then, if that's the case of a spin. And Owen also now with the fastest lap of the race, which I think just a wee feeling might lose that here. Let's see who can put themselves in a good position here, lining up. Oh, Nicky's car got a wobble. He might come under pressure from Bennett here. Race Roller 1:28.1.
He's just outside. Darius is still not unable to be this lap.
Seeing if anybody's going to make moves into turn 1. I think everyone's just really kind of following each other. Well, Hamjam on Sem. Although Sem does try and hook it on the outside, there's contact, and I think Dylan was involved there. Potentially, I didn't really get the angle because I was on the onboard. And horrible oversteer there for...
Oh, Dylan's, he nearly took out Panther.
Oh, it was Dylan that had the oversteer, and I jumped off at the worst time. That's got to be a safety car.
He turned right turn left and then rejoined Panther to avoid him. He's like, he's so lucky. It's a safety car as well. Nicky's in a good position, isn't he?
I know you've done it the last time on. This might be the time to get back onto the super softs. And that's going to be the end of UK Beast Assassins race. Drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. It's going to put him to the back of the field. I think if you're a UK Beast Assassin, where he is in the grid, just get in the pits now, put a pair of ultras on, get back round, take your drive-through, and then just send it.
Just hope for the best for another safety car. Still another chance to see another one. Who's going to make the bold move? Pit. Yeah, there we go. Race leaders.
Oh, I like that.
Threw everyone off. Hand jams in.
I'm going to check, so I think he might have damaged them for that wee attack, so I'll double check that.
Darnell? What was that? What is he doing? What is he doing? Darnell, look up, basically missed. He did a Lewis Hamilton. And then, no, he drove back out again. He did a 3-point turn trying to drive out the pit lane.
And I can confirm Ham Jam did have damage, so he is pitting on the super
disqualified
soft.
as well.
And he'll peel over to the side.
He was parked on the pit lane. He was like, okay, yeah, I'll be one for the stewards, that will. So I know Ranga watches us.
So just confirm, guys, Ham Jam, Owen Howell, UK Beast Assassin on the super softs, not the ultras as I said earlier. UK Beast Assassin does have a drive-through, but he will just try and send that, I suppose, once the safety car goes in, although we do have those three quite far behind, and then VR46, of course, the AI car of VR46, who never returned to the sessions, even further behind, to an extent where the leading pack are just a sector behind. This could lead to quite a frantic finale here, James.
Oh yeah, I just put in the streamers chat, I put to Darnell, he put yeah, and then Ranga just put very so you know he watches the streams. He watches all the streams. He's put I have no idea what to say.
So I'm trying to think, I think we might see the safety car in lap 11, I imagine. No, sorry, end of lap 10, get into lap 11. So, 4 laps of racing.
Sam's jumped into the pits for the super softs.
A lot of people sensing the gamble's worth it. I think he's got a penalty. Or I think he probably already had one and just was replaced. I think it was the pit sign said it before, so I think that's just the
yeah, it was a 3-second penalty, it's fine. Oh, he's on 3 stops now, and he's still in P12.
He's gone for the Nicholas Latifi strategy from one race where I think he had about 5 pit stops.
And somehow he'll end up in first place, if lucky.
But that's the thing as well, James, because it's been such a stop-start race, very few penalties, so the people who do have penalties are going to be fairly affected.
Oh yeah, top 9, no pens. Solid.
And the safety car will remain out for another lap as we anticipated. With the back of the field all spread out. I do think this time though you will see... Well, we see them all actually, because VR's car of course, remember, is AI, so... But if that definitely makes it back, I'm not so sure. Been saying that the cars do lose so much speed and time on that start finish line.
Probably 2 guys with decent positions. Jamham and Zydred, 5th and 6th. again on the softs, so all the soft tyres. So we're looking for probably some decent overtakes there on the restart. So we're still waiting for, oh, it's VR, so safety car should be in this lap.
Fingers crossed, James. We've commentated on a lot of Formula 2 races over a variety of series. I'm sick of the sight of this safety car. I've seen it that often.
I know, it seems to be every time.
Well, I mean, there certainly has been a few races around. I think it was Paul Ricard in another series where I think we had two laps of commentary, and the rest was all behind Bert Mylander.
Yeah. Just seems to be our luck.
But the safety car is in, and this time it's not going to be Nicky, it's going to be Race Roller leading the pack, so he's going to set the pace. Will he go defensive like Nicky did, or will he bolt it? Like, I'd actually try and go here. In fact, I let the safety car down, I don't know if it would let you go. I'd go here. He's still backing them up.
It's going now.
And Race Rollers went early, and he has got a collision there with Jester and Panther.
Yeah, 5 second point both now.
Oh, and I think Bennett's got Nicky, I'm afraid. It looks like it's going to be P3 for the Trident car.
He's going to break late.
He's got the inside line. There's a wee bit of contact. Bennett gets a 3-second penalty though, which in the grand scheme of things...
No, he's gone. Yeah. Oh, there's contact.
There's wheel-to-wheel racing there. And that might come down to the steering decision there, but that is going to be the end of Bennett's race with that penalty as well.
Yeah, it's a bit unlucky for the 3-second penalty, but it's just a bit of a coming together there for the contact. I know they keep giving it all to hold him to that podium spot.
He's going to have to give it all now because we've got Jam Ham and Zydrad in his mirrors. And it's opened up for Race Roller and Wiggy because they have a nice 2-second cushion over Nicky to allow them to resume their battle. Making of Ham Jam further down the field that make a move possibly on Panther. No, Panther takes a really wide line, and that's a great line there from Ham Jam, and that is P9. That's a very good move.
Yeah, I think he's just letting his teammate through.
Campos on Campos, so that would make sense. And Race Roller there on 1:27.6, and now on the fresher tyres, Ham Jam has got a great launch there. I think he's at the fastest lap, so I think it could possibly be a matter of time. I think DRS would have loved it here to get by Jester, but he might not even need it. He's going to approach Jester, he's going to take the inside line, and I do think Jester is going to have to craft up a joke here, or that's a terrible pun there. I can fully rest it up there, but you're going to have to craft something up.
Yeah, that pun's just took him right off.
Jester, I'm so sorry man, I've changed tune.
That's so terrible.
Terrible pun, and then my heart still off. I'm sorry. In other news, Merckx is in 6th place and he's followed by Sullivan, just half a second between them for 6th place at the moment. Seems to be quite close to between them. As I say, it's that part of the track though where you could maybe have 2 or 3 penalties and you want to go a bit aggressive, but that 3-second penalty that you could end up getting could, instead of you making a move, see you drop maybe 3 or 4 places. So it's trying to balance. Do you attack or do you just kind of contain?
Oh, look, Wiggy's got a penalty. Mickey might have a chance. He gets second.
But DRS has been enabled and he has the dams of Jam Ham and Zydrad in the Carlin right behind. Good luck, Nicky.
Assassin's taken his drive-through penalty.
Seems the second safety car's just destroyed his race, but kudos to him for staying in the race. Please don't retire on me now. Please don't. Panther picks up a penalty. So I think if it stays the same, I think you'd maybe see Wiggy drop to 5th, I think. But he is really mounting the pressure on Race Roller, to be fair. He's right in his gearbox. Although the same could be said for Zydrad and Jamham behind Nicky, but he's done well to fend him off. I suppose you can do that in the middle sector. And it's all about that long home straight.
Yeah, his last lap as well. He's going to have to hold him off. If Nicky can
What he actually needs to do, if he get in Wiggy's DRS window, he's got a chance. If he can get DRS off of Wiggy, I think he's just out of it. That is it.
I think he just got it.
Let's have a look, is he going to get it? He never got it, and that might cost him, and that was fractions. Yellow flag in sector 3.
He's going to have to hold him up into turn 1.
Nah, Jamham's got him. The pace of that Dams is, well, Dam basically. He's going to go for the inside. He's going to try and send it. And another bit of contact between Nicky and Nicky spun, and Nicky is way down.
Yeah, it's a bit calmer there. Twice now, same corner.
It's all down to the stewards without any clips get submitted. That is all down to their opinion, what they feel.
Cyber takes the inner line, but it takes him too wide.
Jamham takes second place, a net second place, although if Wiggy can find a second, which is very unlikely because he's right in the gearbox of Race Roller.
Be on DRS section.
I think he's been held up that much by Race Roller, it's just going to affect his podium.
On the outside.
It's good defending. Race Roller, I would like to hope would know that Wiggy's got the penalty. But I think we are looking at a win for Race Roller. And a second place for Jamham. And little Wiggy drops down to P4. Merckx did P5 to be fair. Hamjam up to P6. Southern P7. Panther I think will take 8th, but will probably lose a few through penalties.
Yeah.
As Bennett takes 8, Nicky takes 9th, Owen takes 10th. I'm sorry I jinxed you, Jester, to take 12th behind Panther. Sem has sent it to 14th. VR of course will be a likely DSQ because of AI, so that's 13%. And the Guangzhou car of UK Beast Assassin is going to do some spins for us, for the fans of SLR. He's actually going to reverse over the finish line of style.
Doesn't get disqualified.
And then on the sidelines we have Daniel going, how is he not being DSQ'd?
No, definitely not. Game's broken.
That won't be your driver of the day, I'm afraid.
Well, it was going to be Nicky, but mine was, but that didn't end well.
There's a lap away from it being Nicky.
Yeah.
Just going to look at the statistics and that'll give us an idea of who we could look as our driver of the day for the feature. Not for the sprint, sorry.
Zydrad, most positions overtaken. It's up 6. Jam's up 5. Racer up 2. Merck's up 5. Racer had a decent race.
Yeah, probably. I'd go Race Roller just for something a bit different.
Jam, Ham, and Race Roller.
It's one of those races, not a lot happened, so yeah, just a few kind of hits off each other. So probably when you get a safety car affected race, but overall, another successful week of SLR F2 action. So two of you getting the guys in for the interviews.
Yeah, Ham Jam and Race Roller for interviews. I think you've got them all on your account.
Well, I would if that account was in the party.
Oh yeah, what up? I'm not in the race anymore. I don't have it on this account. Right, everyone just so you include the audio, let's you join the party. Everyone's in. So we'll start with our third place overall, Mr. Race Roller.
I'm here, Pim.
Alright, as we start the interview, I can't remember. Where did you finish in qualifying again?
Invalidated before I even got to the first corner.
So Rousseau was one of those ones that went on the alternate strategy to make it work.
Yeah, I knew you started on the soft compound going into the feature race. But yeah, basically, yeah, you start a bit unlucky in qualifying, but you did well to manage to make some decent overtakes into the feature race. We had I think it was a couple of safety cars in the feature race. Do you want to just take us through how your race went?
I think it went very well for me. I felt I should have gotten maybe even fourth, but then my Xbox turned off, so I lost a few positions near the end. And then obviously there wasn't really that much to it. I was expecting rain, which is why I went on the softs, but then it never came. But me, Nicky, and Ham made it work to our advantage very well, obviously.
Yeah, you made some brilliant moves, and you did well to defend against the big lads at top. But again, just unlucky not to get close enough to the podium, but some fantastic racing, which then led on to some decent chances in the result of getting third on the start of the sprint race, and it led you to a long battle with Little Wiggy for the lead. Bit unlucky from Nicky, there was a bit of contact with you, I believe it was.
I was in the play with them. I think it was Jamham that he made contact with.
Yeah, Jamham was a bit unlucky. I don't know what your strategy was. It you were trying to let him lead until like very late, or what was your two-plan idea on how was him leading?
At the start, what happened was I rejoined, but then I was only able to take control of my car halfway down the straight, so I decided to let him back past because it was my AI that had overtaken him initially.
Ah.
So yeah, I let him back past, and then fortunately was able to get back past him, and then couldn't pull away from Wiggy, which was quite frustrating, but I managed to hold off and not blow it on the final lap like I did in Monza, but I'm very happy.
Was that a case of in the last couple of laps there, just aware of Wiggy's penalty and just really maintaining a little gap ahead of him, just as long as you keep him behind, he's got that penalty anyway, so if he did make a move, you're still going to be comfortably winning the race regarding that?
Yeah, I think if Wiggy didn't get the penalty, he might have actually got me, because I don't think he was going as quickly as he could have, knowing he had the penalty, and I wasn't going as quickly as I could have, because I knew he had the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a great battle with him for the last few laps, and very intense, and I'm very happy for not messing it up.
It's one of those ones as well in Mexico, that middle sector, it's like one wrong move there, as you say, that can completely mess it up, so you've done well there, under pressure you can say as well, to maintain that without getting any sort of penalties that enabled you to get the win.
Which is...
Yeah, brilliant racing from you, man. But I think the safety cars did help you try and maintain your lead, but yeah, there's some brilliant racing from you, man.
Yeah,
It leads on for the final race of Abu Dhabi for you, man.
Sorry, what was that?
Hope that leads on well to the Abu Dhabi race for the final race of the season. Alright. We'll go on to our next person. Jam Ham, I believe, was second. Yes.
Nope, it was me.
Sorry, Ham Jam. Middle of it. Yeah, same again. I believe you finished in the top 3, I think it was, in qualifying.
No, I'm validated.
I don't have the results, so I can't remember. But yeah, a bit unlucky from you in qualifying. Do you want to take us on board what happened? Was that a mistake on the corner, or was it just a normal invalidation?
Well, yeah, it was just normal validation, really. I felt I had good pace. Probably wasn't concentrating massively as well, which maybe didn't help.
Yeah, it happens. Mexico is just one of those tough tracks. Yeah, one mistake can cost you. It's like that with most tracks. But again, you did quite well to get back into the podium. I think you finished in the podium positions.
You won the race, James.
You won the race.
I'm going to ask him the question because it's killing me that I can't ask him. Right?
I'm glad.
I know what your question was. Do you want to ask?
You know what my question is? I need to ask him. Right? You're on the alternative strategy. You've started on the softs. You're on the faster tyres. Your brother's just ahead. You're closing in. He's got the penalty. Are you happy to coast behind, or do you really want to make that move on track? I'm really curious to know.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, it's always nice to win on track. I had 2 warnings pretty early on, so I kind of had to just try and avoid the warnings. So once I'd gotten within the 3 of James, I was kind of comfortable just sitting there. I mean, I gave it a go. I think I showed one more lap and I would have had the move done, but there was no point risking anything because obviously, James would have been well within his rights to sort of defend aggressively and possibly get me a warning in the process. So yeah, I was happy to just sit behind once I got within the 3 seconds.
A firm case of risk versus reward, effectively. Then, as you stated, being on the 2 warnings, that's completely fair enough. I was so curious. I was saying to James earlier, I need to ask that question.
But yeah, that ended up transforming. Again, I think with safety cars in the sprint race, it didn't really help you guys, you and Ham and Zydrad. But again, for the second safety car, it promoted you up to, I believe it was 5th or 6th in the order. And
yeah.
And then
I got damage actually from an incident.
Oh, you got damage.
Yeah, so it was a bit, the whole sprint was a bit messy really. I had a nice start. I gained a couple of positions, so I was up to 6th. Tried to go around the outside of cylinders in what was a bit of a speculative move. But I felt the move was there, and then I think he just lost it on the traction. Coming out of one of the corners, so he kind of knocked me into the wall, but I mean that's That's just racing, really. I went for a bit of an ambitious move, and he was obviously trying to defend it. So then I had wing damage. That was just on the restart from the first safety car. Then I was like, oh, I might as well just stay out because the pace still felt pretty good, despite having an orange from wing. Then down the inside of turn 1 on the next lap, I was going for a move on Sem. Dylan sort of comes right up the inside out of nowhere a little. I kind of get pinched between the pair of them. I'm like drifting round the second corner, and then the next thing I know, Dylan's retired. I didn't actually see what happened, but yeah, Dylan retired. That brought out the next safety car. Then I was like, okay, I've got to pit now. So I pitted, and then on the restart again, I think I had an incident with Crafty, I believe it was. I went down his inside into turn 1, and he tried to hold around my down the inside into turn 2. I felt I left him enough room, but obviously I don't know for sure. But yeah, it was a bit of a messy one. Not terribly pleased with it, so and I apologise if I messed anyone else's race up, but it seems to be a bit of a recurring theme in the sprint races that it's a little bit messy. So I don't know, what can you do?
It does seem like with the frequent safety cars, maybe I don't know. You'll be able to comment a bit more because you're the actual driver, but does it feel like it kind of messes with your momentum? It's like you're ready to go and boom, you're slowed down completely for 3 laps, and you're having to try and get back into that mentality again to go again, and then just as you're back into it, safety car again, and you're kind of thinking as well, you know, is it time to get rid of the tyres, go to a softer compound? In your case, you said as well, potentially fix the damage. So can that play a lot of kind of an effect on you, I suppose, just with the constant stop and start?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel as though it takes me a lap or so, sometimes more on occasion, sort of get into a bit of a rhythm, get the sort of lines going, get the pace going well. So yeah, definitely something like that. Even a VSC really can throw me off sometimes. So I'd prefer to just go all the way through. I mean, sometimes a safety car can help. In which case it's kind of it's a small sacrifice to pay, losing a bit of rhythm for maybe getting yourself back into the race. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's not generally something that you want, I don't think.
So from me, Jibs, if you've got anything.
So no, I've nothing to add to yours, man. Yeah, again, brilliant racing from you, man.
Thank you.
No worries.
Cheers, guys.
No worries, cheers for that. Then we're going to Hamjam, our final.
Jam ham.
I hate the twins. Jam ham.
You sure?
Just go with it. Yeah, again, I believe. Can't remember where you finished qualifying. I believe you did. You got pole. There you go. Again, I only remember the sprint race. Well, again, you got pole. Well done, man. It was a very tight battle there for lead. It was just over a tenth between the top 3. What was in your mindset when you set the lap? Was that quality lap for you, or do you believe you made any mistakes?
I mean, I don't think it was a perfect lap. I think you'd be doing pretty well to get a perfect lap in quali, but I was more than pleased with it. I knew I was a bit slower than some people in the first sector, judging by time trial. But I know I had a good middle, and so when I went purple through the middle, I was feeling good about getting pole. But yeah, as you say, it was really close. So just happy to get pole. It doesn't really matter what the time was, to be honest.
Yeah, again, if the pole, because with the NFT you get additional points. You get 4 points. So again, does help you towards the championship. But again, championship's already over now. But still on that second place, third place position, and in the orders. It's still good to get points. But again, it does help you going into the next race or the feature race to start the race. Again, you had a decent race leading into the feature race. How do you feel that went for you?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with that one, to be honest. There was obviously that incident with Darnell where I think he just put the power on too early, which and then the result in VSC, Zaja got a drive through, and then after that, I had about 10 seconds to beast, I think it was. So I was thinking I was good to just bring it home, but I think the battling that we did, me, Zaja, and Darnell in the early stages, probably cost me the win in the end. But overall, second place, 18 points. Pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, again, touching with your what Maxwell was touching with your brother on that question about the battle towards the end. You were holding on for dear life, and then just pipped you on penalties, I believe it was.
Yeah, I got the penalty mostly from trying to leave room for people when we were fighting, and then I picked up a warning later on, which gave me the penalty. But yeah, I would have to answer Maxwell's question. He asked Harry. I would have defended as hard as I could to keep him behind if he tried to go for a move. But yeah, unfortunately for me, he didn't pick up a penalty.
That was going to be my follow-up question for you. Roles reversed. How was it for you? That's got to be one of the ones where you obviously can see that time coming in a wee bit closer each lap, and as much as you want to pull away and you want to extend it, you're on obviously much shoulder and harder compound tyres as well, so it does make it difficult, and you feel like if you end up pushing a wee bit further, that could end up to another penalty. So sometimes it's a case of, right, cool, this isn't my battle, but again, that risk and reward question, if you risk it to try and defend, it could lead to another penalty and it could see you third, fourth. So it's a tricky one, but as I say, great competitiveness between both of these as well, which led to such a tight finish. Near enough decided on the line.
Yeah, my tyres didn't really have much more to give, so I think I did as best I could. A bit frustrating because Harry said early on he had 2 warnings, I only had 1, and then obviously ended it with another 2. He's quite good at getting 2 warnings and then just not getting another one. It's annoying me now, but yeah, not really too much I could do about it, I don't think.
So from me, James, anything else from you?
No, but yeah, as we mentioned from the feature race, you started in second, and that will start you quite far down in P7 on the grid. But again, there wasn't really a great start from you and your fellow rivals into the sprint race. There was a lot of action at the back, and then the likes of Hamjam. There was an incident that dropped him down to P11. What happened from your? What did you see from your angle? Again, we can't see it from our side, from here at the top. Was there any incidents like that?
Well, I mean, I never get a good start in the F2 cars for some reason, no matter what I do, so that didn't help. And then safety car came out, and after that, it all kind of kicked off. There was an incident ahead of me and Harry, and then Harry had to put on his brakes, and then I just couldn't stop in time and hit the back of him and got a bit of damage. And then yeah, I saw Southerners and Harry had a bit of an incident. I think that's why Harry dropped down. And then obviously there was that incident with me and Nicky at the end, so I was kind of constantly in the wars that race, despite most of it being beyond the safety car.
Yeah, and again, that led you to have a decent chance, or it was a very slow battle because again 2 safety cars, and then it was just a bit lucky. You battled with Zyder for quite a while. You two weren't giving it up.
No, it was a good battle. I think hopefully showing that I can take it to next season as well. But without the damage, I think I would have had a good shot at the win. But obviously, yeah, kind of limited my progress a bit. Wasn't able to get close enough to Nicky in the corners to challenge him down the straight to DRS on the last start.
I think that's me done for questions. Anything you want to add, Maxwell? That's what it's all.
Well, sort of one thing I wanted to do just quickly, not as much of a question, just to elaborate, but it does seem like because you guys and Zydrad were so close in terms of your sprint race starting positions, I feel like because you are always kind of like dead close to each other, it kind of like hampered your way getting through the field, and then a safety car just hampers that even more, so any life you would have had in the tyres would have obviously been gone through that battling as well. But as I say, As always, guys, it's fantastic racing. It's a pleasure to watch. It's a pleasure to commentate on, and just keep up the fantastic standards that you guys have.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, again, cheers lads for jumping in with the cause. I think we'll end it there. I believe that will be it for this week of F2. There will be no action next week due to a small break, and we will rejoin some of the action in Abu Dhabi in 2 weeks' time.
The 17th of December?
Yeah, for the final race of the season. But Division 1 will be on tomorrow at 9 o'clock, with some action at Division 2, 6, and Division 3 at 9, and with some late action with Elite being 30 minutes later due to F1 being slightly later, a later time as it usually starts. So we'll be starting at 7:30, and that will be it again from myself, Maxwell.
Thanks for having us.
No worries, man. And that's it. See ya.